Happy Sunday morning, everybody. I cleaned my desk today. Can't even believe it. Very unusual, but wanted to get a nice clean spot to work today. So I saw a really cute project done by Maggie at Sunset Crafts and More. That's what it's called. And she did these really cute dangle tags. So what she did was she cut part of it off, hooked it together with some eyelets and some jump rings. So I thought, let's give that a try today. So I've got some of my eyelets here. I've got some jump rings, some plain tags. We've got some stamps that we want to use. Some rub-ons, perhaps. Got these Tim Holtz rub-ons. And I got these stamps quite some time ago. And I don't really use them because I haven't had a project that kind of had this maybe dark or maybe Halloween-y kind of thing. But I thought, you know what? It's time to break out our skull friend here and see what we can do with him because he's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't have a whole ton of a plan. Just kind of wanted to get in and play today and see what we could come up with. So I'm going to get these out of the way. I really don't know what to do with myself that I have everything within reach. It's a little strange for me. So let's go ahead and trim our tags. I'm just going to grab a knife so that we can get them straight here. So let's start with, we'll start with 3. Actually, let's start with 2 because who knows how long this is actually going to take us. And I think somewhere around here would be a good place to cut it off. That's about 2 inches. So let's go ahead and trim the bottom. Stand up for this so that I can cut it straight. Move it at a bit of an angle. That's here. I don't know why I tried to do that sideways. All right, let's go 2 inches. Get her straight. We'll just give her a trim here. So there's 1. Let's go ahead and cut a second. All right. There we go. So, like I said, don't really have much of a plan for what we're going to do. But I think we definitely need some paper. I got this a few years ago, this Spellbound Forest, and I think that this might give us a couple of options that, well, let's not spill the coffee. Cheers, Sunday morning coffee. Or afternoon, I guess. It is almost 1 o'clock. Let's see what we might have that might fit. I don't know that we want to go super dark. That's kind of cool. It's not super dark and it's got some spiders. That might be fun. Let's see what else we've got in here that's not super, super dark that we'll still be able to see what we're doing. Might not get very lucky with this. I thought we would, but we might not. Let's see. All right, this may be a bad choice. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything super light in here that's going to give us, other than the one that we grabbed. Okay. And this is how we just, change of plans. What else do we got that might be suitable? Okay, well, so no big papers that are looking like what we need. I've got these really cool horoscope papers. Let's see if there's anything in here. We may just have to go to town and go as we're going. That's kind of cool. Those are more, I don't really want to rip those up. Those would make really nice journal cards. Okay. Well, we're off to a heck of a start. Not accomplishing much here. Let's pull out these little papers. Maybe some of those. It would be interesting and go flowers in the background. Let's keep it out. Why not? Okay, we're just going to get started because this so far is not progressing very quickly. So I'm going to take this off so it's not in our way. And we know we're going to ink, so let's just start with that. Don't think I want to round the corners this time. Let's try it just with our straight edges. And maybe we want to start with some book page. These are from an old medical encyclopedia, so these could have some, nice weird things on them. So let's just go for it. Ooh, myocarditis, heart problems. Let's go with that. Seems to fit our odd dark plan for the day, which is kind of interesting because I'm not feeling very dark, but thought it might be something new and interesting. I've got an old color book here for my glue book for today, so let's grab our glue stick. This is nice and thin, so we're just going to use our glue stick for now. Keep it from curling up too much. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have drank quite so much coffee. Holy buckets. And maybe we just want to start with some stamping. I mean, we'll probably cover some of it up, and that's okay. But let's see what we want. We've got... Let's toss this guy back on here. We've got pharmacist, we've got condemned, strength of bones and muscles. How about we go with our casket company? That seems fitting. I haven't used these yet. Pretty excited. I'm going to go ahead and grab a larger ink pad here. Oof. Let's see how cool this turns out. Pretty, oh, I didn't get very much on there. Better. All right. Whoa. Okay. I'm kind of a mess. How about an identification number? Stick that up at the top here. And we can leave it at that for the moment. What is next? Let's see if we can toss in. Clean desk, and I'm already fumbling around. Let's see. Let's use some of this paper, but we kind of got to make sure that we've got some spiders, because that was the piece that made this a nice little fit. I'm just going to grab a chunk. We'll decide how far over do we want that to go? How about right there? This is a big enough piece. I'm gonna do some glue stick and art glitter on this one. Okay. Do a little bit of both. I'm just going to start building. I think that's our best bet here, is to just start building. We may decide that this is a not great idea, and not feeling super dark today. We'll see. We're just going to collage and see where we end up. Been a pretty low-key weekend. Just kind of hanging out. What about, let's see, how about grab my little paper pack. I've gotten these various paper packs all over the place. See if we've got, I think we've got some black in here. Let's see. Let's just grab a little pile. We can put it away when we're done. There's some black and gold. That might be kind of fun. I don't really want to go orangey because I don't want to make it like completely Halloween or anything, because you know that'd be weird. All right, let's get some pieces here. Just make a little mess. I'm not going to ink the edge of that. And we can always trim it off the top side when we want to. So we're going to kind of go a little more old school collage here with this guy. Let's not forget the bottom. Duh. Okay, let's go. Let's go book page. Some ink. Maybe I'll put some purple underneath the book page. Yeah, let's do a nice chunk of purple here at the bottom. That'll look cool. We can always re-ink our edges. Pull that in a little more. All right, page. Stick that right there. Add some more for sure. Stamps there, and of course the doggos want in. Okay, dogs are in. It is really cold outside, but huskies, you know, they like it out there when it's cold. I do make sure that I grab them as soon as they ask to come in, though, so that we're not. I don't even have my scissors out. Guess that's what happens when you clean your desk. But while I'm up here grabbing my scissors, I think we need a little glitter washi tape too on this. I don't think I've used the black yet. No, I have not, but I think that we can find a good place to use that. So let's go ahead and trim so we can get a nice sense of what we're working with. You wouldn't think it matters necessarily, and it doesn't, but I like seeing the shape. I don't know why it's helpful. How about a little bit of poison? Let's grab us some ink. Yes. All right, now I really want to get our fun dead guy here on there. And I'm thinking maybe he should be off just a little. Do we need a dangling? Of course we do. We need a hanging jaw, because that would be really cool. So how do we want to do this? I'll tell you how we should have done it. We should have stamped it all before we cut it. That would have been a good way to do that. Now, I'm thinking, let me grab my really not sticky washi tape and see if we can just anchor this for a minute without causing a real problem. Get this out of the way. Happy birthday, dead guy. Okay. Let's anchor that one. We don't want it taped anywhere where we're going to actually be stamping, because that will ruin our fun. How about a little there and a little down here in the corner? Will this get us? This is what happens when you don't think things through. But, you know, we'll take care of it. We got it. inked. Get over here a little bit more as well. We want our darks to show up well. Okay. Let's see. Of course, he's got his teeth right together. God, he couldn't have made it easy on us. We're going for it. Oh, buddy, nothing. Well, cripes. All right, now what? Let's see. That did not work at all. So let's get our tape off so it doesn't get too sticky on any. Pull the lid off, but I mean, you know, we're stamping dead people, so I don't think it makes a huge difference. All right, let's try something different. I'm thinking, what if we close this up? Whoa, poison stamps flying everywhere. So here's a, you know, we're just going to use this as an example of how to readjust. So I'm going to get all the ink off this that I can. It just did not. I don't usually have issues quite like that. Get a baby wipe and I'm going to wipe this off. I'm thinking, what else might we be able to do that would get our buddy in good shape? And I'm thinking, what if we stamped and embossed him on a dark paper? So let me see what I have. Do we want dark purple? I do have this, which might look kind of cool. It's not like we can only, I mean, we can do it more than once. So, got that. I'd really like black paper, but I don't think I really have any. Or, I mean, we did just look through here and find a bunch of dark stuff that we couldn't use. Grab a piece of this. Now, embossing can be tricky sometimes, so we'll see. This may be another epic failure, and we might just have to go completely a different direction, but we're going to give it a try, because why not? Let's grab some embossing ink, and we definitely would want him white. So let me find some white embossing powder. I got a big container of these at a thrift store at one time, and so let's see. Let's grab our heat tool, so we've got that handy, and we're just gonna wing it. Okay, got our heat tool here. We've got our embossing guy here. I might even, dare I try to, no. Let me get him well inked. The difference with the embossing ink and other inks is that this stays, and you can't really see it. I mean, well, it's clear so you can't see it, but it stays wet a little longer. And that gives you time to add your powder. So this may or may not turn out, I don't know, what's that, the 8th time I've said that? All right, let's see what we've got here. No, not the big one, the little ones. Sprinkle our powder on. Make sure we get it all over where our ink is. I didn't grab a piece of paper to catch it, but we will. All right. So now, all right, scratch paper. Oh, here's one. Gentle taps, not too much. Ooh, that might look really cool, guys. This might have been nice. Now, the other thing that you can do, and you want to be super careful with it. Let me try to grab a very small brush. Anywhere where it's stuck outside your design, it will melt there when you run the heat gun, so you can gently use a small brush but you want to be careful because once you knock it off, it's done. So pre-apologies for the noise, but let's see what we got. You want to start, well, here, I'll say it before we start. You want to start kind of high up. You don't want to get too close. You want to sweep. The closer you get, the more strong the air flow, so you don't want to blow it off. Okay, can we really complain about that? I mean, come on. How cool is that? All right. Let's get too fun. Let's go ahead and get our extra powder back in our container. Yes, this makes a huge mess. Always. I don't care how careful you are. You're always going to have a mess. But just take this to the garbage and give it a little bit more of a sweep. Right. You can see there, you can tell when it is melted because it gets shiny. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's shiny, I do promise. So now let's fussy cut this fella out. I probably could have put him closer to the edge, but you know, we were just trying to solution. We didn't think it through very well about the placement, but see what we end up with here. He might be super cool. He's got a real simple shape, so we can fussy cut this guy out. After all that thought and effort, and as good as it turned out, I really don't want to get in a big hurry, so feel free to fussy cut some of your stuff while we're taking a lot of time here. And I'm being quiet so I can concentrate. We don't want to cut off his fine cheekbones there. What would our dead friend do without his fine cheekbones? Right. And my head immediately went to totally random, but kind of funny little, I don't know. I'm trying to explain it. You know, your cheekbone's connected to your jawbone. Let's see, where shall we... Now we're covering, because we had to do it this way, yes, we're covering up a lot of our stuff, but that's okay. Here's where we initially, I can see the outline of our thing here. So I think the way I want to do it is to go in here and let's outline where we know he is going. Somewhere down this direction. We're gonna make sure we get him on there really good, because, you know, man, did we put in some effort here today. So let's get that on. Let's get him lined up. Start by pressing on the outline. Then I'm going to set it down. I'm going to get him put on there very nicely. We're going to make sure he's good and flat and stuck. Don't want to lose him. Okay. Give that just a second. We'll just have a little sip of a coffee break. Let him sit and dry for a moment. And then we're going to trim his face. Oh, poor fella. All right. Let's trim his face here. Now, what we could decide is we could decide that we're going to leave the rest of him hanging there. We can make that decision after we get his jaw in place. I'm gonna pencil. I am going to just make a little mark right there and know that I need to cover the pencil mark here so he will line up appropriately. So let's go ahead and place this. Honestly, I'd rather have a little too much glue than not enough. And let it, if it squashes out just a little bit, that's all right. It will dry clear. He's going to be cool. All right. Now, we definitely need a little more something for our friend. We talked about putting a little washi tape on. I might do that closer to when we are done. I feel like he needs a bird friend. Now I've got this sticker book. I want to pull it out. It's the Antiquarian, and it's got the weirdest, most bizarre stickers. And I think that we have a good shot of finding him something in here. A bird friend. Oh. Raven head. I don't know if that's going to be too big. We're going to mark him while we're still looking. We don't want a bug. I think it will be interesting. Now there's a little one. That could be an option. Let's see. Those are kind of cool. Not quite, and we could go like, oh, he's cool. We could go completely a bizarre direction and do like this really pretty fancy bird. We could, any birds here? There's a bug with a cloak. Fits the theme, but not. I kind of like that one. Creepy fish. This is gonna make us have a pretty long video, but I think it's okay. Because we're thinking it's important. Ooh. He might be a winner. I knew we'd find something in here. I mean, we've got several options. We could give him an owl. That's the wrong direction. I don't even know if you can see what I'm looking at here. This weird Yeti with a pod, seed pod. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that guy. I don't think he wants a pigeon. Because, you know, what would he do with a pigeon? Don't think we need a letter unless it's a bird and a letter. Okay. Now, will he fit? I'm leaning towards this one. And now I'm leaning away from that one. Let's see. All right, I might pause you for a minute so you don't have to sit here for 10 minutes and watch me flounder. So let me take a peek at one of my other books, and I'll come back when I make a decision. Okay, this has gone in the most random direction, and I promise you are very glad you didn't have to sit here and watch me go through it. It's kind of creepy. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. He's not a he, he's a she. And she chooses to have a flower in her hair. And that is how we're going to get color in our project. No idea. I don't know, guys. I have no excuse for my weirdness. It just is. So I need to make some space because I got all kinds of stuff out. So much for my clean desk. Okay, so I want a little more stuff at the bottom. I feel like, let's see, we got to ink this. We know that's coming. So let's go ahead and get just a little bit of ink on here. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. It just does. It does weird. So we're just going to embrace our weird today, and we're going for it. Because she should have a flower in what would have been her hair, I guess. All right. So got a little color there. Now I do want to add some more layers down here at the bottom. This thing is kind of bizarro. I don't know. I don't think I've used this particular sticker before. My sister got me these really cool, just a couple of packs of little labels. Label stickers. Oh, and I'm gonna struggle, of course. Give it just a little extra bit of hold here. I think that needs to go here. Well, I didn't even realize it's got that purple on it. That pulls in quite nicely. Everybody needs a date here. Oh, that was already on there. Thought I was making a mess. Now, do we want that right there? And so here's the other thing that I'm thinking. That's also really creepy. But this came out of my antiquarian book. And, you know, it's some dead flowers or dying flowers. So I kind of feel like, oh, look, there's a little bitty, is that a bird? I don't know. I feel like this has to be on there because it kind of fits with what we're doing here. So in whatever way we can make the weirdness fit. And I don't know how much of this is going to be on there. I might just give it a little bit of a extra dirty there. Where do we want it? How about, it feels like there's too much dark. I'll have to re-ink it, but I feel like there's too much going on. We don't need quite that big of a border, I don't think. I think we want quite that big of a border, so I'm going to trim it down a little. So we can see a little more of the background coming through as well. Some of it's pretty close, and that's okay. We don't need to take a bunch off of all of it. Careful, careful, careful. Right, this guy's a bit much. much, so we're going to take some more off of there. Okay, sorry for the silence, guys. Just a little bit more. And at this point, I've touched it so many times. Let's just make sure we've got some good sticky here. And once we get the top part on, we can make a choice about, well, we're going to cover our poison, but that's okay. Now let's add a little extra glue here. I don't want our stems going rogue. Just wipe it as we go. All right. It doesn't take long for the mess to come back, does it? Well, now where we put it, that's going to cover right up on that flower. Maybe we can put it here. Let's put it there. As I'm doing this, it comes to mind, you know, that the starving artist saying, and if you want to know why, this would be it. Because a lot of us spend a lot of time messing around, getting things just so that it's like, well, could you make a profit? No. Not unless you want to make $1 an hour. But that's okay, because that's not why we do it. I mean, if I was able to make a living at it, you betcha. I think that would be the best job in the world, but in the meantime, we are just going to enjoy the fact that we can do it and enjoy the time that we've got. Okay, now we've him-hawed around and made a big mess of the desk, and I think let's go ahead and get this attached. I'm going to close up my glue. Oh, didn't do any washi tape. Well, we'll see. There may still be an opportunity to stick that somewhere, should we choose. So we're going to need 4 eyelets to do our dangle. And I think it's fair to say we are 50 minutes in. I think it's fair to say we're going to do 1 on this video and not 2. Did not expect that it would take this much extra thought. Here, let me grab this little guy. This old container that I sometimes like to, I'm working with little stuff. It's easier to not have it go everywhere if I stick it in here. So, I mean, we could do pink. We could do, obviously, black. Whoa. Could bring out some red there, but I'm not feeling real fond of that as an option. We could go purple. We could go this brighter pink. That's a little brighter than the flower. The other thing we could do is just go with, well, we could go with the small ones. We could go silver. These ones are longer though, and so I don't know how that's going to be. Oh my gosh, why is my decision making today is not very great. We could go with a bright green, regular green. Okay, this is just too many choices. No to the pink. No to the green. Silver, I'm going to say is too long. The posty parts are too long. Now, I do have other silver. I've got, you know what? That matches perfectly. That's what we're doing. We're going to go small because that is the perfect color. And so that decision is made. We're going to get that out of our way. Don't need those. So we're going to be a little bit careful with where we put these. And I think our best bet, I am going to turn this upside down. Going to line it up. I'm going to clip it together. And then we're going to decide how far in from the edge we want to go. We are going to, oops. We're going to pick our depth. And we're going to use that. Now we can go 1 or 2 jump rings. We also have black jump rings because, you know, that's what we need is more choices to have to make. Right. I'm going to pick this depth and I'm going to line the black. There's a little black edge here. I'm going to line that up with the edge, and that's where it's going. Now, we are going to how far are we? Normally I'm not this particular about things, but with the amount of time that we've spent making decisions. All right, so we are lined up. I don't know why I'm looking at centimeters. We're lined up at, what are we, 1/4? We're just inside of 3/4 of an inch for the nearest. So we're gonna go like this. Pencil, where'd you go, pencil? Oh, for the love of God. Could this be any more fumbly today? All right. That's where we're going. We're relining. We've got our depth. We've got the outside corner, the corner of a circle. Okay. And so we're gonna see where we're at. That is about as close as we're gonna get to exactly where it needs to be. So that's where it's going. All right, now, here we go. I should have kept an eyelet out for the top, but I didn't, so. And I put there, let's get this little guy. No, we're just gonna go like this. So, for our little bitty, let's see, C3, let's see, do we have, okay. C3 is what we want on our crocodile. So I'm on A, I'm gonna go to C, and we're gonna go to 3. You can find I mean, it comes with a chart, but you can also find charts online, and I definitely recommend. I forget and then I mess things up, so go ahead and keep track of what you're doing. Write it down. Good choice, guys. We made a good choice. Write it down and don't guess, because what you'll end up doing is you'll end up splitting your eyelet. Well, splitting it worse than what you might normally. Maybe I'm just going a little too hard. No, it needs to be done. We will flatten that down with some pliers. Make sure that we don't have a big problem with. Oh Lord. Make sure we don't have a big problem with it being scratchy. That could also be where our where we choose to put some tape if we want. So throwing that guy on. And one more, just get a hold of it. All right. Okay, eyelets. We have our eyelets. Ta-da! That wasn't hard or time consuming or anything. Let's grab our pliers and let's just make sure. What do I want to do here? I want something between what I'm doing. I don't want to scratch the front, so I'm going to put something on there. Just going to give it a little bit of a squeeze, make sure that we don't have, you know, who wants a dangerous art, right? Let's make sure that nobody's going to get poked. All right, that is better. We didn't damage the front. So let's do this one. A little squeeze. And here. Okay. All right. Ta-da. That wasn't a giant mess by any stretch. Now we can go 1 or we can go 2. Let's see. Could also do 2 littles. We've got some black smaller ones as well. See if I can grab a hold of that. And I don't know, that might even be too small to get through there. It's gonna be close. Let's stick with this idea of our silver, and maybe we can see if a silver. I'm gonna grab 4 in case we need them. I don't think we will, but let's go ahead and whoops, that didn't work well. Let's go ahead and open. Wow, what the heck today, guys? For the love of God. I cannot even. Some days, that is just how things go. I get it. But some days, when it's going that way, it's still a giant pain. Now, do we want 1 or do we want more space? That's going to be, well, it only takes a minute to do a change with these. Normally, if you're not having a day like this. All right. Everything we touch today is a struggle. And we're going to keep going anyway because it's Sunday. And Sunday is a good day for art. So, that's what we're doing. Damn it. Okay. All right, let's take a peek at how that looks and if we would rather have two. I think, I mean, two's going to give us a lot more space. And I kind of like it with just one. We're going to go with one. Decision made. Which has not been the easiest thing for us today, clearly. Decisions have been hard and time consuming. All right, let's get this guy in. Let's get it close. Well, that was better. I shouldn't have said that yet. I ended up with a little bit of a extra bit of space there. I thought I went straight, but I might not have. Okay, that's better. It's not like it's gonna fall out because it's got the eyelet. I feel like that's enough movement. We can't take any more. It's too much. Okay, now our last choice is what we want to do up here for an eyelet. I would like to stay, I think, pink since we made that decision. That is the closest that I have. It's not the exact color, but it is close. So we're going to go with that. Let's grab a washer. Let's go back to our A2. Our crocodile here. All right, that is set. Let's see. I don't know. Yep, it goes through okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to go through there okay with that paper, but came right off. Okay, so when you're doing these ones with washers, flat side down for the washer. Not even on there. Okay, there we go. Let's give her a squeeze. It's a bigger squeeze than what I can do from that angle. Okay. There she is. That. I think one's enough because when it's hanging, I do think one's enough. Okay, now we need, oh, I know what we're going to use. Look at that, easy decision. We're going to use our purple and white baker's twine because that's fun. This one I want to, I'm going to tighten a knot first. Go through the front. Actually, before we do that, before we add it, we need to ink the back. Should have done that before we before we assembled, but you know what? It's been hard. Oh, here. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. We're just gonna fold her in half. After this, I don't drink, but if I did, I would probably need a beer. This was not one that was quite as, easy going, relaxing as I would have hoped, but we made it, guys. The challenge. We rose to the challenge. I don't know why I didn't want that all the way done, but I didn't. All right. And we're ending up with something cool. It's something different. I think the next one that I do, I don't know if I'm going to film it or not. We'll see. Maybe it might be a nice nice change from this struggle bus we've been riding on this little project. But I think the next one I do, it's going to be all sweet flowers and nothing dark. Do we need more? Oh, no, it's just up a little bit. That's okay. I was wondering if we needed a little bit more glue, but... Okay, guys. We did it. We made it. We made it. Cute little dangle. Well, I don't know if you'd call it cute. But it's cool. There ain't no question about that. It might not be cute, but it's definitely cool. I think we're just going to call this gal, we're going to call her finished. I'm going to go collect myself. And then we're going to have, we're going to use cute flowers and birds and butterflies and happy things, because that would have looked cute too, wouldn't it? All right, that's for the next time. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because you've sat and you've seen me fumble and flounder for over an hour now. So we're going to call it done. If you have had the patience to stay with me today, I do appreciate you very much. I hope that you are having a lovely Sunday, and I hope that your day's filled with lots of good crafts. I will see you guys next time. Bye!